Israel here from Israel Keys Wealth. How are you doing? This is the third installment of the Traders Podcast. And I'm actually recording this on Christmas Day because I did this 2 days ago and got this amazing video with no audio. Don't ask me how we did that, but somehow we managed to get that done. So I'm here recording on Christmas Day, and I just want to say Merry Christmas to you and to everybody who's out there. Christmas for me is a time of reflection, but it's also a time to spend time with family or get in touch with family and people that I care about. And that's actually quite significant to what we're going to speak about today on the podcast, because we're going to talk about relationships in trading. I believe that the best traders are those who have a life outside trading. Trust me, I've done it both ways. I've been this obsessed maniac who is always sat in front of a chart, afraid to miss every move. And you get cranky, you get gun shy, it affects your mental well-being, and you will make mistakes. I've learned that the less time I spend trading, the better. Sounds weird, doesn't it? Yes. Now, I should spend loads of time developing as a trader. I should spend loads of time improving as a trader. But you want to spend as little time as possible actually in the charts looking for a trade to make. Does that make sense? And of course, one of the healthier way to do this is to have relationships. But beyond that, trading is usually an individual sport. And this is, in my opinion, why most traders fail. Because like any other walk of life, you need a support system. So there's three primary relationships or types of relationships that you need to be successful as a trader. The first is your family, friends, and those in your life. Their job is to keep you grounded, keep your emotions stable, give you a reason to trade. Because you need a reason to support your family, to give them a better quality of life, but also give you a reason not to trade, meaning you want to spend time with your wife, you want to be in the park with your kids or your children. And so most of them, in my opinion, some of the most successful long-term traders, not those who do well for a year or two and then burn out. And I've been there before with great periods of success in the short term, but been emotionally frazzled after a few months because I'm just completely locked in. And so you want to have friends and families and people who can also tell you when your character is starting to change, when you're getting obsessive and grumpy and ill-mannered, when you're demonstrating anxiety or performance related. You need a stable, non-trading set of relationships around you. Friends, family, a spouse, children, the works, parents, all that stuff, uncles, aunties, the kind of people you spend Christmas with. The second relationship you need is a mentor. And if you don't have a trading mentor, I'm hoping that you'll consider me personally, or perhaps another member of the Israel Keys Wealth team as your mentor. And the job of a mentor primarily is not necessarily just to teach you how to trade. You can learn how to trade online. You can learn how to trade by studying. But someone who's been the journey you're walking, who knows the pitfalls, who can save you painful experiences with their advice. Secondly, someone who can inspire you. Someone who you can look at and they can tell you their stories and how they failed and bounced back, or how they've learned to do certain things well. Someone who can teach you a routine for analysis, a cadence to approach the markets. Not do the job for you, but provide a model for you to follow. And so in my opinion, every trader needs a mentor. And I don't just mean somebody whose work you learn from, someone who you allow influence the way you trade. Someone who can give you hope, give you inspiration, who can tell you off, who can say you made money there, but that was a bad trade. Someone who can hold you accountable for your habits and your time management and your discipline, your risk management, and all that kind of stuff. I believe the best traders have someone who mentored them. Now, you don't necessarily need to know this person. It helps if you do, but I don't mean you study from 5 or 6. I've studied from several traders over the years. I could give you a few names. I've mentioned many of them before, and I'm not ashamed to give them credit. I've studied the work of people like Larry Williams, people like Chris Laurie, people like Toshko Raichev, even though I wouldn't, anyway, I'll leave Toshko for now. He's a great trader. I don't necessarily know, and I ain't going to go any further than that. But I settled really at some point dealing with the work of a man called Michael J. Many of us in the trading business know him as the Inner Circle Trader. And what he did for me was looking at his work. Half of the stuff he taught didn't necessarily work for me, but he helped me pull together all the different resources that I had seen and come across throughout the years, and kind of give me a cadence for approaching. So half of 60% of the stuff I do in my trading came from either my own discovery or from some of the other people I've mentioned. But Michael really became my mentor because he gave me a paradigm with which to look at the markets, and then all the other stuff began to make sense. So you need a mentor. And then finally, you need a tribe. I have a tribe of traders, and when we started Israel Keys Wealth Academy, or Israel Keys Wealth, I should say, we're starting the academy soon, shameless plug. And oh, by the way, like, comment, share, and subscribe right now. When we started Israel Keys Wealth, it primarily was to create a tribe of traders, a group of people interested in the markets who could inspire and hold each other accountable and push each other towards greater success. Now, I don't mean people you consult with in every trade. You're crazy. Because 3 people will look at the markets and see 4 different trade setups. Believe me. But people who you are accountable to, it's easier to stick going to the gym when you do it as a group. Same with traders. Who else in your circle trades? Whose excitement can you feed off on days where you feel low? Who can you share your wins with excitedly or cry to about your losses? And over the years, I've had friends and mentees. Most of my trading tribe now are people who I've mentored at some point. But these are amazing traders in their own rights now, who keep my energy going and keep me sane in this jungle called the markets. And so you need real life relationships, you need mentoring relationships, and you need peer or tribal relationships, in my opinion, to succeed long term in the financial market. So this is Christmas. Work on your real life relationships. Pick up the phone and call an uncle or an aunt. Go hang out with a grandma or grandpa. Take your kids to the park. Take your wife on a date. For those of us who trade, who can, or in every other form of business, we can be so focused on the task at hand that our real life relationships suffer. Get those back on track. Secondly, find a mentor. If you don't have a mentor, I'm going to put my hand up. I'd be excited to be your mentor. How can I mentor you? Send me an email at israelkeysgroup@gmail.com. That's Israel Keys Group, ISRAELKEYSGROUP.com. It'll be in the description in this video if you're watching on YouTube. And I would be glad to let you know how I can mentor you. There's 3 ways I can mentor you primarily. One is, if you've got the money for it, I can give you one-to-one access to my time. That's a little bit pricey, but if you have pockets for that, and it actually is quite cheaper than you might anticipate, because I don't necessarily need your money to survive. I just need you to place a demand on my time. But perhaps the best way to do it is to be a part of the upcoming Israel Keys Wealth Academy, where you can get all 3. Well, I don't know about all 3. We can't be your husband, wife, or children, but you can definitely get both mentorship and a tribal community of traders while being taught the basics, the real concepts that drive the financial markets. And you get access to not just me as a mentor, but to an entire team of instructors and traders, professional traders here. But Israel Keys Group@gmail.com, and we're launching an amazing project in January. We're going to give 30 people the chance to test out the Israel Keys Wealth Academy for a year for £69.99 per month. Crazy. For that, you get access to the Market Breakers course, which is our instruction curriculum. You get access to a VIP Mentorship group, that's where you get the mentoring part, and you get access to a Mastermind Inner Circle with trade plans and watch lists and signals and analysis and all that kind of stuff. You don't want to miss this if you can. So the first 30 people, spaces are going fast. Click in the description on the link right now. Love you guys. Bless you. Have an amazing Christmas. From all of us here at Israel Keys Wealth. Take care. Bye-bye.